Yo guys, welcome back to today's video. We are going to be cruising around in my H22 Turbo swapped Honda Accord wagon. I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of talking in today's video because I really just want you guys to hear the sound of the motor, how everything sounds with a single turbo setup. Really just enjoy such a nicely built car with me. Can hear it, but it experiences a little bit of breakup when I try and floor it. There's nothing wrong with the car specifically, but it's really just the tune. I'm scheduled to go and get a proper tune with the car later this week with Dennis, so it should be good. This is only 50% throttle, and I'm not even cracking VTEC yet. This thing's pretty fun. I love the overcast days like this that are kind of lower temperature, very gloomy and foggy. This is my type of vibe. Alright guys, I figured this would be a good stopping point, kind of to give the car a moment to chill out, cool down, and I always really love this view out here. Usually when there's not all this overcast and all this fog, you're usually able to see the Rocky Mountain range way out there, and it's a very, very beautiful view. But so far, guys, today Wago has been treating us very well. It hasn't been super hot out today, so we've been able to maintain good temperatures and everything else. Just a few things that I have planned for this car in the not so distant future. Number one is I have a built motor on the way. As for right now, we're just waiting on getting pistons. I usually go with Mall Gold pistons. We're gonna keep this thing H22 for now. Once that motor gets built, I wanna swap it into this thing, and then it'll be safe to turn the boost up a bit. For right now, the car is only running on 8 PSI. It's a very, very conservative tune. This H22 that I have in this car right now is actually stock internals, so I didn't want to push it anything over like 10 PSI because a lot of these stock Honda motors just cannot handle that much boost. So I didn't want to push the envelope. But 8 PSI on this thing is absolutely amazing, guys. Like 8 PSI is almost the perfect power level for this thing as a daily. I didn't build this thing with the expectation to gap super fast cars or anything. I've always just enjoyed the idea of having like a fast daily wagon build. And with that being said, this car definitely checks off all the boxes. Some things that I need to work on with the setup is on really hot days, it does start to get a little hot. I think that's just kind of like most turbo builds. So I would like to go in and upgrade some of our cooling system things such as radiator, anything else I could really get in there to kind of keep those temps down on hotter days. But aside from that, this is a super fun car, guys. Super fun car. I'm so happy I picked this car up almost 6 years ago now. When I first got it, it didn't look anything like this. It didn't even have an H22 in it. It was completely stock on Steelies, monster trucking, and everything. So for all of you guys that are building your car, even if it's not a Honda, you know, like don't get discouraged because you're in that beginner's phase. We all have to start somewhere, right? Okay, so before we get back on the road, I popped the hood for you guys. Another thing I plan on doing too is I'm gonna swap out this valve cover. I actually prefer my other red valve cover just because my whole color scheme with this car was to do all cream white with red accents. So a red valve cover I think would really bring that together. And I just have this makeshift little oil catch can set up, just some eBay stuff, but honestly I'm going to get the bungs that you weld from the valve cover to an actual legitimate oil catch can setup. I'm going to do that especially before I plan on making more power on this thing because this thing already builds a lot of crankcase pressure and I don't want to damage anything. This is my PLM top mount manifold right here, and then I also have a Max Speeding Rods turbo paired with a Tile 44mm wastegate. This whole kit came off of my 5th gen Prelude, so it's pretty cool that we were able to make everything work. The power plant between this car and my Prelude are the same, keeping it H22, but surprisingly it wasn't super hard to fab everything up and make it all work.